Have you ever been just hanging out with your dog, or maybe you've been woken up in the middle of the night only to see them suddenly freeze, stretch their neck way out, and start making this terrifying, violent snorting noise? It can honestly look and sound like they're choking or literally dying right in front of you.
You immediately panic, right? You're wondering, oh my gosh, is this a medical emergency? What do I do? It's a genuinely scary sight, and it's completely natural to feel absolutely terrified for your best friend in that moment. But the good news? It's usually completely harmless. In the next few minutes, we're going to learn exactly what's causing this strange noise, how you can stop it at home in seconds, and the key signs that mean it really is time to see a vet.
So what is it? Well, this alarming event is actually called a reverse sneeze. Think of it like a regular sneeze, but entirely backwards. Instead of blasting air out to clear a tickle in the front of the nose, your dog is rapidly pulling air in to shake off a sudden irritation at the very back of their throat. That's really it. It's just their body's quirky way of clearing out a tickle that sits way too far back for a normal sneeze to reach.
Now that we've got the simple version, let's nerd out for a second and look at the actual clinical terminology. Medically, this is known as inspiratory paroxysmal respiration. Sounds intense, I know, but inspiratory just means breathing in, and paroxysmal literally just means a temporary, spasm-like episode. So your dog is rapidly and forcefully pulling air into their nose to clear out nasopharyngeal irritation. The nasopharynx is simply the area where the back of the nose meets the throat. It's a totally natural reflex to an irritant hitting that specific spot.
What's really fascinating here is who's actually most susceptible to this reflex. Because while any breed can experience a reverse sneeze, some pups are way more prone to it just because of how they're built. Small dogs, miniatures, and terriers, they're highly susceptible, likely because they simply have smaller, much narrower throats. And our flat-faced or brachycephalic breeds, your pugs, boxers, and Frenchies, they have what's called an elongated soft palate. That's the fleshy tissue at the roof of their mouth, and it can get momentarily sucked into the throat while they're inhaling rapidly, which mechanically triggers that whole spasm.
Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to help more pets live healthier, happier lives. Okay, let's talk about what you're actually going to see and hear at home during one of these episodes so you know exactly how to spot it. First, your dog will suddenly stand perfectly still, often with their elbows spread apart a bit and their head and neck totally outstretched. Then you'll hear it. Those rapid, repeated snorting, honking, or kind of gagging sounds. Their chest will visibly expand as they forcefully pull air in through their nose. The whole episode usually lasts anywhere from a few seconds up to maybe a minute. But here's the most important part. Your dog will look and act completely normal and healthy right before and right after it happens, like nothing even happened.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. You have to be able to distinguish a reverse sneeze from a much more serious condition called a collapsing trachea. Notice the difference here. A reverse sneeze involves rapid inward inhalations, it's totally harmless, and it passes quickly. Tracheal collapse, on the other hand, is characterized by an outward, dry cough that often sounds like a really harsh goose honk. Tracheal collapse actually requires veterinary management, especially in our older, small breed dogs. Knowing this difference, that's a massive advantage for you as a pet parent.
So what actually sets off the spasm in the first place? Surprisingly, the culprits are often just everyday household items. Perfumes, heavy cleaning chemicals, even those scented air fresheners you plug into the wall, they can easily irritate your dog's sensitive airway. Seasonal pollen and dust are huge culprits too, exactly like human allergies. Physical pressure matters as well. Pulling too hard on a leash can literally physically irritate that soft palate. Even simple things like overexcitement, a sudden blast of cold air, or just gulping down their food and water way too quickly can trigger an episode. Start mentally checking off what might be going on in your pup's environment.
Now, if the sneezing becomes a frequent chronic issue, a quick vet visit can provide total peace of mind. Your vet is going to start with a basic physical exam to check their airways, and you'll definitely chat about those environmental triggers we just listed. But here's a pro tip. Because dogs rarely ever reverse sneeze on command in the clinic, capturing a quick smartphone video of an episode is literally the absolute best diagnostic tool you can bring with you. It lets your vet see exactly what's going on in real time. Just to be completely safe, they might recommend routine x-rays to evaluate the heart and ensure it isn't a more serious issue like a collapsing trachea or some kind of obstruction.
The truly great news is that reverse sneezing itself is harmless. It rarely ever requires medication. When it does happen, you can step right in and help. Try these super easy steps to stop the spasm. First, stay calm. Seriously, your dog feeds off your energy, so keeping yourself calm keeps them calm.
Next, gently rub or massage your dog's throat. This helps soothe the muscle spasm. Then, briefly cover their nostrils for just a few seconds. This actually forces them to swallow, which clears out the irritation right off the soft palate. And just like that, you've gone from a panicked bystander to a highly capable caregiver.
Want to build that home care toolkit even further? You've got a few more options. You can lightly blow in their face or just offer them a quick drink of water. Both of these actions trigger that exact same swallowing reflex we just talked about. Taking them outside into the fresh air is also a fantastic move. It gets them away from potential indoor irritants like dust or those perfumes we mentioned. And hey, if seasonal or environmental allergies are the root cause here, your vet can safely manage that long-term by prescribing antihistamines, keeping your best friend totally comfortable.
So let's recap the biggest thing you need to know. While a reverse sneeze sounds absolutely terrifying to witness, it's honestly just a temporary throat tickle. It passes quickly and it leaves your dog completely unbothered. That is the single most important thing to remember today. Your dog isn't choking, they aren't having a seizure, and they're going to be perfectly fine in a matter of seconds.
Remember, this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional veterinarian advice. If you have any concerns about your pet's health, please consult with your certified veterinarian. They are your best resource for ensuring your companion lives a long, happy, and healthy life.
So, now that you know the secret behind the snort, how will you react the next time your dog sneezes backwards? Hopefully, you'll feel completely confident. You'll step right in with a gentle throat massage and help them through it without even breaking a sweat. The biology of our pets is honestly so incredible, and understanding these little quirks, well, it just makes us better, more deeply connected caregivers. So the next time you see that neck stretch out, you'll know exactly what to do. Give your pup a big pet from me and keep observing the amazing things they do every single day.